Today, I'm revealing to you how I converted my cramped, dreary office into my dream craft room.
Hi, I'm Beth, and this is Summer, and we are Chic Crochet.
This room has been discouraging and depressing for me for quite some time. I just needed to gut it, start from scratch, get everything out of there, so that's what I did. This wall to the right you're seeing is a blackboard wall. We used to use this for homeschool, so that was many years ago when the girls were little. I was not looking forward to painting these walls, but we've been in the house for about 12 or 13 years, so it desperately needed repainting anyway. This was my large office desk. It looks small in the photo, but the thing is huge. Here it is, and I was fortunate enough to be able to give that to a cousin who was happy to have it, so the executive desk is history, thank goodness. It has been a really long time since I painted a room myself, so I've kind of lost my confidence. I got all of my equipment out, bought my paint, and I just wasn't sure I was going to be able to just have the stamina to get through it, but I did. It was like riding a bike. It wasn't that hard at all. Here I am mixing my paint. It's a pale blue. Before I started painting, the walls appeared to be white, but as you can see, they are definitely not white. As I was putting the blue on, it made the walls look almost beige, so it's just shocking how two colors can look white, and then when you put them side by side, they are not. One was blue and one was beige. I think I heard the Amazon truck. Oh my gosh. Yes! Okay, I think my rug and my chair are in this. Yay! Oh my goodness, I've got stuff everywhere. It's scattered everywhere. That is a side table. There's the rug. Here's the chair. I'm working on putting the chair together now. Pray for me, people. I may be in over my head. My pile of parts is getting much smaller, and that's what we have so far. I am an Amazon associate, so if you grab anything through my links, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Just they are here if you want the exact items. So it's coming together without any help from Mr. Chic Crochet. I have done that all myself. I don't know if I'll make it till the end without his help, but we'll see. And there's Nicole. She's hanging out, helping us out. All right, let's keep going. So here's when our day was interrupted. Took Summer out for a potty break, and she was stung by a bee. Summer, what happened? Tell me what happened. You got stung by a bee? Did you get stung by on your little paw? Which foot was it? Was it this one? Was it this one? Yeah, a bee got you, didn't it? A bee got you, it bit you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. You look so sad. You look so sad. I know it hurt. Summer recovered quite nicely after a Benadryl and a lot of snuggles, so I got back to work. Here I am making my yarn cabinet, and what I'm doing right here is putting on the arched top. I felt so accomplished that I was able to do this myself, and here it is all complete. I really wanted some elegance to this cabinet, so that's why I chose the glass doors. It holds a lot, and the cabinet shelves are really strong. I'm not going to put any heavy books or anything like that on it, but it's definitely strong enough to hold all the yarn that I could put in there. It's bigger than it looks in the video. It's actually over 31 inches wide. It's about 16 inches deep and 71 inches tall. The reason I'm carrying this piece of styrofoam around is it is the exact dimensions of the top of my credenza. So I was just moving it all around the room, trying to figure out what the positioning of my furniture was going to be like. I thought I knew where I wanted everything, but once all the pieces came and I started putting them together, I became pretty confused quite quickly. This is where I laid out all of the pieces to the large credenza. I inventoried all of the pieces. They were clearly marked with numbers, and so I just went through the catalog or the instruction book and checked off everything to make sure all the pieces were there before I even got started. And again, I was able to do this on my own. I was really happy that I was able to do so much without my husband's help, just because he's so busy, and it's nice to be able to do those things. It made me feel accomplished and independent. Once it did get really heavy, I did have to asked for his help to help me stand it upright because that's just something I couldn't do. It was just too heavy. This cabinet comes with a really cool lighting fixture, so here I am putting in the lights underneath and showing all the different colors. You don't have to use those, of course, but at night I kind of like to put it on a soft glow of a pale yellow or a warm white, and I just leave it on at night as kind of a little night light. It's a pretty cool feature. And finally, we are ready to load the yarn cabinet and get to decorating. This is what I've been waiting for. It was a lot of fun to start loading the cabinet. I always see people with their yarn so organized, and then I see others with their yarn not so organized on YouTube, and I think, well, they should put all the colors together. But you know what? It's not as easy as it looks, and I am eating my words because once I began, I wasn't quite sure how to organize my yarn either. Once I got all of my furniture built and positioned, I did end up putting the cabinet over there in the corner, moved the TV to the other side of the room, and then everything looked kind of white and clinical, so I ordered some baskets to warm it up, and also the floating shelves that you can see there. And those natural colors just started warming up the room. It really did the trick. The more decor I added, the better it got. I just continued to add pieces that made me happy. And I'm sure I will continue to do that as time goes by. I will move things around and add and take away as I do when I'm decorating. It will eventually all come together. Well, in fact, I think it has come together, but I do need some more textiles in there. I don't have any artwork on the walls, so I think I'm going to, instead of doing a painting or something like that, I think I may make a canvas of granny squares or do some sort of, you know, a quilt or an Afghan looking crocheted piece and then put it over canvas. I'm thinking of doing that, and we might do that project together. Here you can see I'm using some battery powered candles that I put up on this shelf, and I have a remote that works them. But once I stepped back and took a look, I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. So I took them down. There's a lot in here I've edited out because I put up, took down, put up, took down. That's just the way I decorate. And friends, here we are, the finished product. This went from a space that I just tried to avoid to a room where I love spending my time. I'll go into a little more detail about the furnishings. This end table is pretty sturdy. It's got 3 nice sized drawers. This is where I keep my projects, where I can reach them at all times, and I still have space available. And I love that the lamp and the tables that I purchased have all of the outlets and the ports. Those have really spoiled me. I could not be more impressed with this sofa. It's about 3 years old and it's so comfortable. It was in my daughter's apartment and she's moving, so she's given it back to me, and it has been the perfect addition to our little space. I've purchased a few faux plants and twinkle lights to warm the space up. I have a black thumb instead of a green thumb, so plants come to my house to die. So I have faux plants instead of real ones, and these look pretty good. The twinkle lights have several different settings depending on your need and your mood. These are pretty cool, and they are battery powered and they come with a remote. Doesn't everything come with a remote these days? You can also adjust the brightness, and they have a timer. They have all kinds of little functions. The baskets that I added not only fill the space and warm up the credenza, but they also keep everything looking nice and neat. And so if I were putting pieces inside of that shelving, it would be showing and look, you know, kind of messy. And the decorative baskets really solve that issue. And here again, we have more outlets. I'm telling you, I'm addicted to these things. Now every piece of furniture that I buy from now on is going to have to come with ports and outlets. The cabinet has lots of space. I put all of my filming equipment in there, and most of it's still empty, so I'm going to have lots of space to put where I'll put all of my stationery supplies that we all typically need. This is a candle warming lamp. It gives off light, but it warms the candle where you can have the scent, but you're not burning up your candle and you don't have to worry about the open flame. Also, it has a timer and different temperatures. But out of everything, this beautiful cabinet is my very favorite piece, with this beautiful arch and all of these lovely places to put my yarn. It holds a lot of yarn, and in back behind here, there's a lot of dead space where I haven't put more yarn, but there's definitely space to do that. It just makes everything look so much prettier. I'm thinking about buying enough yarn to make a rainbow in the arch just because of the shape. I think something maybe very muted would look pretty. I just can't resist. The arch is just the perfect shape for that, so I might try that out. We'll see. I really do love how these floating shelves have turned out also. This is my little tulip lamp. It's rechargeable, so you can just take it down and charge it and put it back up there. It puts off a really soft ambient light. I think I got this one at Home Goods, but I'll link something similar in my description box so you can easily find it. And here we move the TV to the other side. I did some cord hiding, as you can see here. That's my regular standing desk. I already had that. And my new chair that I just adore. This wall I left intentionally blank for filming, and I will sometimes pull the desk out, put the chair on the other side, and that way I am looking out the window toward our pond and not just facing the wall. I want to show you this chair. How insane is this chair? So I know it's white. This might be a problem. I'm gonna have to really be conscientious about keeping it clean, but the chair sides fold down, so it's called a crisscross chair. I'm gonna take off my shoes so I don't get it dirty. And okay, you can sit in it like this, so it's extra wide. So if you like to relax in your desk chair, you can put your back here and fold down the side and sit like this. Or you can, let's say you have a couple of pets, you have a dog and a cat, and they both want to sit with you. You can fold down both sides and make them little sitting places here. Or put up this side, put down this side, and sit this way, whichever you prefer. And I had never seen such a thing, so this chair was new to me when I first saw it, and I love it. It's insane. The rug I bought measures 5 by 7. It's a washable rug, and when I first put it in the room, I did just put it parallel with the walls, and I just felt like the room needed some extra dimension, so then I decided to turn it to an angle. Like that a lot better, and now I have it parallel with the cabinets. I think it just adds more interest to the room, just a little design technique. And just like that, this space has been completely transformed into the cozy yarn studio I've been dreaming about. It's warm, it's inviting, it's filled me with inspiration, and it's everything I wanted in a creative space where I can relax, crochet, and share this journey with you. It's been almost a year since that terrifying moment when I first pressed record. And in that very first video, I mentioned that I needed to convert my office into a studio. I did not realize it would take me a whole year to actually pull the trigger and do it, but I'm so glad that I finally did. Not only has this room been exponentially more enjoyable than I thought it would be, YouTube has been exponentially more enjoyable than I thought it would be. I knew all along that this would be a space that I would enjoy, but it's only been finished where I could sit in here and enjoy it for less than a week, but it's just such a cozy space. And when I'm inside the house, this is the room I want to be in. It's a very small room. It's the smallest room in the house. There's something about a small room, and with just having all the things you love around you and having that creative space and the things that you enjoy doing around you, especially after your kids are gone. And we are empty nesters, so when it's just me here, I would much prefer be in a small space. So although it's white and it's bright and it's light, it's a lot of light colors, it's not the dark warm colors, but it still has a real coziness about it. And like I said, it's just turned out so much better than I ever could imagined. I not only made this space for me, but I made it for you. So I could stop filming all over the house and we would have one spot where I could come and have exchanges with you. And that is what the whole point has been. Not only a creative space, but a place where I could reach out to my YouTube community and not have to reinvent the wheel every time I wanted to set up and film. And it has been a delight and my pleasure to do it. Once I made the decision and I took everything out of this room and just gutted it, it went very smoothly. It only took about a week. So I took everything out, I put it in the storage building, and well, a lot of it I gave away. There was a lot of stuff in here that just needed to be thrown away. So I did that. And then once I got my canvas clean and it was just blank, I came in, I painted, and then I was able to get my thoughts together and start ordering furniture. I knew what I wanted, and I tried to be thoughtful about what I needed each of those pieces to do and how they needed to function, also how I wanted them to look. So I did a lot of research before ordering them. I know that a lot of pieces of furniture you can order, they may be flimsy and they will not, like shelves will not hold weight where you put yarn or books or whatever you're sitting on those shelves. So I really tried to do my research and make sure I was getting good, substantial pieces and I was spending my money wisely. Also, I tried to choose pieces that were not so complicated to put it together that I would give up or it wouldn't get done, or that something might go wrong and the piece might not get finished. So that was another part of my research. Once I got everything in here, it looked very white and clinical. I took a photo of just the furniture in here and I put it into ChatGPT and I asked it not to alter the furniture, move it around, or change the furniture in any way, but just to enhance the room and add decor to it, make it look more creative and warm. And also I think I did mention that I wanted it to be a crochet studio or yarn studio. And so I'm gonna pop in the pictures, and I'm actually leaning heavily upon the AI picture as my inspiration. And I'm going to continue to decorate, to add things and warm up the room. And I'm sure you'll be seeing that evolution as we go and I continue to film in here. But I appreciate you coming on this journey. I appreciate you watching my reveal. If there's anything I can help you with, if you want to know how a certain piece of this furniture functions or how it's held up or anything like that, of course, just ask me and I will be happy to answer in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you soon in this same room. Don't know which angle you're going to get. Until I see you again, remember, my friends, let your light shine and always stay chic. Bye-bye.